Hello, hello.
Hey, hey,
What?
What up?
What's Hagwan?
easy there. Like, stay in character. Like,
How you guys doing?
Tired,
fantastic.
but good.
Kiki, I am in the same boat.
Yeah.
What you guys tired from?
Same boat.
Everybody talking about they tired. What are you guys tired from?
Okay, from going from plus 23 to snow.
Okay, all right,
Confess with
fair.
buds.
let's not even let's not even go there, okay?
Like, I woke up and I just wanted to stay in bed. That's,
Yesterday was wild.
I could imagine.
Ugh. I feel like the north side got it the worst too. Like I remember asking
I,
someone yesterday on the south side, like,
They're
yeah, it
lying.
was like blizzarding over here. And they're like, oh, it's not that bad. I think it caught up eventually, but
yeah,
initially, like, I don't know. It was crazy. It's pouring,
yeah,
pouring, pouring rain, which, okay, it's raining. We do need the moisture, whatever.
yeah.
But yeah,
I was
that's
sitting right here and I looked through the window that's right above me and I saw these big fat flakes and I was like, did a volcano erupt? Is that ash?
you're funny.
Yo, man, hey, when Mount St. Helens erupted in 1981, there was ash fallout as far as up here. It was
Really?
far, Mount St. as far as up here.
Huh.
Yep, this is the wind. The wind just took it.
Yep, it happened. Same thing in the
That's not really
Caribbean.
that far from here. Like when you think about it, like that's maybe 1,300 kilometers ish.
Tim,
I was a
Anyways,
baby, so I wouldn't
Tim.
remember.
you were like 16 in 81. What you talking? I'm just kidding.
Well, I was not even a thought at that time. But, you know,
Yeah,
Tim,
trust me, man.
what?
Like Y2K was happening, and you were still a little glimmer in your. Just kidding.
Easy there. But anyways, Tim,
Hey, that's my word.
what's up with the plaid today, man? Like
Is
Oh,
what's
is
see,
going
no,
on here?
you guys match today. Like,
oh, I
Oh.
just
So
died.
so is it you guys copying me
oh,
or what? What is it?
I'm just
Is-
gonna.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm pretty sure Tim was probably in his plaid shirt before I was.
You know what? No, you're probably. It was like
Tim,
6:46.
Tim.
What? No, just
He
wait.
was
Like
shirtless.
what? I
And
was shirtless. I go to my closet and I'm like, oh snap, the time. And I was
okay,
like, grab something. That's how
I'll
it
be
happened.
honest. I'll be honest. I was just rocking a tank when I got home from work, and I went in my closet, and I was like, you know what? Today seems like a plaid flex. You know, usually I
Mm,
rock a t-shirt or something, but I was like, today's a plaid flex, so we're on the same wavelength today, buddy.
there you go. I like.
Yeah,
Listen, plaid is good times.
plaid's nice. Plaid's
I was
nice. You don't
gonna
got the
wear.
hood though, right? Mine's got the hood. You can't really see it, but I got the hood back here.
I
There we
was
go.
gonna. It was between this one and I had this orange. Like kind of where I just looked in my closet, it was right
Hmm.
beside this orange. So
Let
I tried to color
let
coordinate,
it button down a little bit. Okay, see there.
and then for really like honestly,
I saw you. You had a little more neck showing, so I was like, okay, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it right. So I needed to
We got it's a
let a
low V
button
today.
loose.
Slow V tonight.
Yeah, there you go.
you know what? Okay,
What you sipping on over there? What's
you
tonight's
see,
drink special for
I
open
feel
discussion?
like I feel like I'm on the spot here.
No, we just having conversations, open discussion, man. So
All
you
right,
know
okay, all right.
what you sipping on?
I'm drinking. What is this? Trapiche Reserve
Never heard of it.
Malbec. It's
Kind of looks
you know
like
okay.
kind of.
Do you guys remember when I posted on my on my Instagram story, what's your go-to drink?
Yes.
Remember that? Right. So a couple people said Malbec. I still don't know what Malbec is. I'm looking because I went to the liquor store the other day and it looks like they're different brands. Like I think Malbec is a type.
Yeah.
Like it's a type. So
Yeah.
so I just grabbed the Malbec, which is a red wine. This is the
red
one.
wine.
Since we out here, and I'm not getting any endorsements. I really should be. That's the goal. But yeah, wait, let me get in focus.
You gotta do the.
Yeah, so this is a 2019 vintage, made in Mendoza, Argentina. I find it just a little dry.
Argentina, okay.
Argentina, yes.
Yeah.
And it's quite nice on the palate.
Okay.
It went really well with the edible that I nibbled on.
Okay. It's that kind of Wednesday, y'all. It's open discussion. So he's like, you know what? I'm laid back today.
I was waiting for a while.
What did you call it? What is it called? Sorry?
Malbec?
No. You called it something else initially.
Oh, Trapiche.
Oh, Cepiche.
Trapiche Reserve.
Cepiche.
I'm just totally destroying
like
the phonics.
It kind of looks like sorrel.
See, I'm not a sorrel guy though.
Really? Okay. You know what? I like sorrel like my mom. I like the way she's been making it.
Yo, Devin, what's up? Sorry.
But I'm okay with you saying that you don't mess with sorrel like that.
And Mobby. I don't rock with Mobby either.
Okay. As a kid, I grew up.
Mobby and sorrel?
As a
you
kid,
were 16 in 1981.
I like sorrel, but Mobby, when we used to have Mobby Bach tree back home, in Nevis. I grew up with my great grandmother, and she used to make Mobby all the time. And then I remember as a kid, you had the Mobby Bach, and you'd be scraping it with the knife and stuff like that. So I did that. But
I didn't even know Mobby was a tree.
Well, like the bark,
bark,
you'd scrape it, and she'd make the drink, and
the things you learn.
I don't know if I can be
but
friends
at least
with
you didn't say you don't like plantain. Sorrel, I'm like, I'll give you that. Sorrel,
yeah.
At least I didn't say I don't like what?
Plantain.
Oh, come on. Did you see my tutorial today?
I did actually. I caught it on the gram. You had the grapeseed oil, and you had your plantain cut up, and you dashed the oil on it. I didn't see the end result though. I didn't see the end result.
You tapped out before I was done. This is only like 15 seconds.
I saw you put it. What was it? A 370 or whatever the
360.
temperature was. 360. My bad. Yep. And I was like, okay. Way to go.
Oh, see, Devin's already coming through with the knowledge. Malbec is a type of grape.
It is.
Yo, do you see the link? Yo, Devin, please jump on. Jump on. He's like he listen, yo.
I can't drink Malbec. I like my wine sweet.
Oh boy, here we go. She's like I like my wine with a certain level of
what's the other
when I drink. Here's the thing: when I drink dry wine, it takes me right back to church. That's the first thing I think of.
Oh Lord!
Right?
But really?
Yeah.
As a Catholic girl myself, I recall.
She's like, my ton-ups weren't at church.
Drinking the wine, it kind of had some sweetness. At least the wine that I got.
Leo, let me show you something. I went to Bethel. They use Welch's. They didn't use wine. They didn't use alcoholic. Nope, they did not use alcohol. My church was a dry church. They didn't believe in that. They use Welch's.
You got to come to a good old-fashioned
Catholic church.
Catholic church.
Or Anglican.
Watch Danny in the line.
Or Anglican. Yep.
Didn't you get some already?
That was my twin.
That was we all look alike.
Oh my gosh. No, I could only get away with one time, but it was good.
I couldn't.
You know.
Thanks to everybody for coming out. Kern, Somerville, thank you for coming through.
Good to
June,
see you,
always coming through.
Yeah.
Aisha, always coming through. Good to see you guys.
June said sorrel is the best.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, Donnie, did you try?
I need to taste y'all sorrel. Mine didn't have alcohol in it.
Danny, did you? I don't think you did.
Did Mobby have alcohol in it?
Like the last two holiday seasons, my mom's sorrel was like,
really?
Not trying to put you on the spot, Mom. I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I'm really not. But
I'm gonna be in June.
She put her foot in it. So hopefully, when you guys do taste it, no pressure.
Listen,
just come through. Just come through the way you know how to. Okay. All right.
Listen, I'm gonna be up in June's DM. I'm gonna be like, yo, can I get a little bottle? I need a little bottle of sorrow.
Hey.
So is hers alcoholic sorrow?
Huh?
Is hers alcoholic
alcohol? I've never tried Mobby with alcohol ever. I didn't even know that was a thing, to be honest.
It's a thing. It's not a big thing, but it's a thing.
It's a thing for certain people like Danielle and her friends.
Excluding us.
Just you.
Danny.
Have you tried water with alcohol? Okay,
of course she has. Of course. Okay, Danny, are you sipping on anything this evening for open discussion?
Uh-oh. Whew.
Don't know what happened.
Oh. Boot
Don't know
Tim
what
out.
happened.
Boot Tim out.
Boot me out. Thank you.
You'll be back. Places. There we go. That was kind of fun.
It's
it was
like, no,
musical chairs.
I ain't trying to have a large
Imagine we did that. Imagine we did that and it's like, hey, you pretend to be Tim for the next 5 minutes. Danny, pretend to be Kiki.
I do not want to see you guys imitate me. That would end our friendship. Like, I think that
I don't think I'd be able to.
I can't.
I can describe you well enough, I think. And in different scenarios. But to actually mimic you and your
Timisms?
Antics and stuff. Yeah.
Antics?
Sorry. Maybe that wasn't the right word. Mannerisms? Let's switch up the vocab a little bit here. Oh my gosh. Kern said, did y'all try the sorrel white oak rum? Sorry, Danny.
Okay, Kern, for the 20th time, we don't have white oak over here. I'm working hard with some liquor stores to get it here. So when that happens, I'll let you know.
Tell them to send me a bottle. Wrap it up real good.
I got
FedEx. Imagine FedExing white oak.
Wait, hold on. Is my boy Arthur in here? Is Arthur in here right now?
I don't know. Is he?
Hey, everybody, pull up for open discussion.
Yeah, man. We need show yourself.
Fun night. It's gonna be a fun night. Bring
you don't
it
have
to
to
the
show
table.
yourself, but you can come and show your voice.
Come show your voice. Come show your comments. We do want to hear from some people tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So to go back to what I'm drinking a peach Pinot
Grigio.
I did not get the memo. I did not get the memo.
Same. I did not get the memo about the plaid, so we're even.
Okay,
now.
but y'all drink. Okay. Touche. I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm drinking.
What are you drinking?
Water. AKA H2O. So stay hydrated, y'all.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say. That's all I got.
So we've been sharing. Okay, Devin, how can you not be a Mobby fan? I don't.
Mobby, it's okay.
I feel
When I
like
think of
I need
Mobby,
to
I
end this
think of
Mobby,
my
live
great
because
grandmother.
I
like Mobby is like
it's like what, Tim?
medicine.
What?
Mobby
I
tastes like
wouldn't take
it's
it that
gonna.
far, but again,
Mobby tastes like it's gonna kill something.
oh
What?
Lord.
Like, do you know what
Again,
I
I
mean? Like
think
it's
it
gonna
depends
root
on.
something out.
I think it depends on who makes it, right?
Sorry. Yeah, Devin, you can get it at Superstore.
Yes.
Devin Roberts drinking a chubby pop. Don't know where my boy found this in Edmonton.
No, yeah,
Walmart
yeah. No.
used to sell. I don't think they do anymore because I haven't seen it in a while. But somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But I know some years back, Walmart used to sell chubby heavy.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Devin. You see, it's an acquired taste,
What
like
flavor
Jaeger.
chubby? Now I'm curious.
Why
Yes.
are we comparing Jaeger
Yes.
and Bobby? That is not.
Yes.
No. Devin, you need to come on the
Interesting.
live. I need to cuss you out. Devin,
Don't do it. Just kidding.
Devin, the link is pinned. Come on the live.
Yes, pull up.
That is exactly it. Yeah, like Mobby is Caribbean people Jaeger.
Oh
Really?
Lord, have
That's what
mercy.
you consider it as?
I can't.
Interesting.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Especially if it's not giving you a washout. It's Caribbean people. Like it tastes like it
what is
should.
some of your go-to washouts?
What do you mean? Like when is the last time I mentioned washout?
Well, I don't know, but you brought it up. Now I'm curious.
Exactly. Now you gotta talk
What
about
would
it.
you use or what would you drink to, you know?
Castor oil. When my mom would boil senna, it nearly killed me. That's a whole story on its own.
Lord, Senna?
Sending it like, yo, like you see, it's only that maternal love and that love that a son has for a mother that I don't hold her up for what that did to me.
Mm.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, castor oil, senna, milk of magnesia. You drink enough of that and you're toast. Yeah, that's about it. That's about it.
You guys, I think you guys call them something different. We call them camphor ball.
What's that?
Yeah.
What do you guys call it? Is it mothballs? Is that what you guys call it?
What does mothballs have to do with anything? What would you use a mothball for? We're not moving on until I find out what you use a mothball for in the conversation about digestive systems and number twos. Please.
I plead the fifth. Until next time. Until next time.
Jeez.
Woo!
I can't.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
We'll
to.
come back. We'll rewind to that. But let me get my thoughts straight.
Please take your time. Take your time.
So I got a question for you guys.
We're listening.
Would you delete your social media for a healthy relationship?
Well, would I delete my social media for a healthy relationship?
Mm-hmm.
Right off the bat, I'm gonna say no.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Oh, Tim's processing.
Yep.
So you're in a relation. Okay, so it's basically like you're in a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
and that's pretty vague. Like, do you know what I mean?
What's
So-
the scenario? Are there already?
Is there a scenario?
You're in a relationship and your significant other is not on social media, but they want you to come off social media.
Oh,
You-
okay. I thought there were problems
No.
because of social media.
No.
Oh, we can go that
No.
way too. We can go
No.
that way too.
If so and so isn't on social media, but I'm on
Mhm.
social media, well, that's on them. You know what I'm saying. First of
Mhm.
all, social media has brought this wonderful podcast to the people.
Bam.
So there's no way, there's no way I'm gonna,
No,
delete my
like,
Facebook or my YouTube. And I'm kidding,
like,
but no, I wouldn't. No, that's a
no,
personal choice, right?
no, yeah, no.
Like
Like,
the same way I wouldn't push him to get social media. And
right?
actually, I do know people who've pushed their significant others or who've asked their significant others to get social media. Like, why don't you have Facebook? They may have like other ones, might have Instagram or Snapchat, but not have this one or that one or whatever the
Right.
case may be. But nah, you can't tell me not to have social media. And it
You
depends
can't
on
tell
like
me.
what social
You don't
media.
even. Who do you think
It depends
you
on what
are?
social
I
media
am
is
my
for you.
own.
Social
Right.
media connects us to the people. So, but I can see how social media can be an issue in some relationships. People sliding in the DMs and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But in general, you can't tell me to get off social media if you want to date me.
So I have a friend in the States, and this is really weird. Like, so she probably had a good maybe 7 years on me. So that means she'd be about 50. And I noticed something interesting. Um, like her age group was really late to Facebook. And so when they got on, like it was like I would say this was probably about 7 or 8 years ago. And it was like all consuming. Like, do you know like some of those people that come on late and they like forward you that stuff you saw like 10 years ago because they're
Yep.
just seeing it, like that kind?
Yep.
And
Yep.
then she was telling me that she's in Philly. She was telling me that her husband was like great guy, great husband, all that stuff. The one thing was like she's like he's in some groups on social media, and it takes up a bit of time. She finds it a little bothersome how much time he's kind of in like in some of these groups and stuff. She didn't mandate it or anything, but that was like a weird one for me to hear because usually it's like it's the DM thing, it's the temptation thing, but like for him it was just there was these groups and there was just a lot of time sharing jokes and memes and just was just like on it. So I thought that was kind of interesting, but I think that it was one of those. I think it was a little bit of a pick your battles because it's like he's this great dude, but he just had this little vice. So
okay, I'm gonna read a few comments that came through here. So Aisha said, "I think if you weren't advertising or doing podcasts or working off of social media in some capacity, I would, because if you're not doing those things, it's a waste of time, really." She said, "I've had to unplug for me, so I would for him. What if he just hates wasting time?" And Devin said, "Sounds like my submitting to another's insecurities. Can't submit for that reason. I'd rather work the insecurities and attempt to level the grounds of feelings." Okay.
Right. No, that's good.
I'm going to go back to Aisha and her saying that she's had to unplug. I've definitely done that in some way, shape, or form. In terms of social media, there have been periods of time where, I deactivated my Facebook for a little bit or deactivated my Instagram for a little bit.
Yep.
Haven't done it recently, but I think I've mentioned this before. Like for certain apps and stuff, I don't have notifications. So my Instagram, I don't have notifications. Snapchat, I don't have notifications. So I guess in a way that's kind of like 1 foot out and 1 foot in. Like it's just kind of, it's like on my time, I guess you could say. Like,
well, you're assessing whatever your habit is, whatever your need is for that time.
Right. Exactly. I'm gonna go back to a comment before it gets lost. Okay. It was Devin. He said, "Mothball, LOL, Granny's top choice for the clothes drawers." And then my mom said, aka June, for those of you who don't know, camphor. They gave us that for upset stomach. So Tim, that
Oh,
answers your question. But they would put it in a big glass bottle with water, and I don't know how long it sat there for, but
Hmm.
we drank that.
Interesting.
We drank that. When I hit a certain age, and I was like, "This isn't right." we here, we alive. Me and all my cousins drank that. You know what I mean? As uncles, mom. So yeah. Aisha says, for me, social media just isn't that important to me unless I'm using it to work something specific. A lot of
Fair.
people use social media as an outlet.
Yeah.
social media is dope.
It is. It
It's
is.
dope. Like anything
There's
could
a lot of
be
black
addictive.
holes, but but it is dope if used in the right context.
Like I've been on I was on social media before they called it social media.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I remember, oh my gosh, like the first time I got a random AOL like instant chat from somebody, I nearly jumped. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But it was pretty, like, I think it's really cool. Like there's people that I would have no chance of reconnecting with. Like, finding their phone number from somebody, even whatever. And that now, like, it's good you can see that people that you know from wherever are doing well, you can at least see. I think it's great.
Yeah. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if you didn't have social media, the haters wouldn't be able to keep up either. Not saying me. I'm just saying for some people, for people who claim they got haters,
Almost everybody got haters, but it's like, it's like, thank you.
I'm just
thank you for reminding me I'm awesome.
That's how you know you made it, when you have haters.
I'm just being mischievous. So.
I see that, Kiki.
I just said reconnecting with people. You ain't. Oh, hold on. I lost the comment.
It's on the screen if you can.
Oh, there we go. Reconnecting with people you ain't seen.
Give me a second.
Is pretty dope. But so I need social media just for that. Meh. I get, again, it depends, right?
Mm-hmm.
It depends on the individual. So
yeah,
and what you're doing and what your hustle is and what you're using it for. So, but for me personally, if I was in a relationship and someone was like, hey, I don't want you to have social media. If they said, like, I don't want you to have social media just because they don't want me to have social media because they don't have it, there's no way. But if there were issues arising that were affecting the relationship, like Tim had that one example of the gentleman who was a part of all those groups and was just spending a lot of his time on social media, maybe not making that one-on-one time for his significant other or whatever, then that's a conversation that I would be willing to have, but if it's just not to have it, just not to have it, no way.
Yeah.
It would have to be my choice for whatever reason. Like, you know what? I don't want to have social media right now, but just because you ask, just because you don't have it. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. Don't be coming in and tell me to do stuff or not to do stuff that I was doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So would that fall in the same line as if you had like sexy photos on Instagram and your significant and your partner told you to take them down, even though they were there before you guys came together?
Ooh. Honestly, I really try not to be that dude that's telling people what to do.
Right.
Like, like, if that's who they are, that's who they are. I can make suggestions on what I think, based on my perspective, on like just basic things. But like, if you jump in or you get in where you fit in, or you know what I'm saying? If you saw that's who they are, or that's what they like to do, they're an adult. They had their reasons for doing that. So,
and what if initially that was something that caught that person's attention, but now because you won the prize, Now
Yeah.
you don't want
Now
nobody
I don't
else
want to
to
share.
be a
Yo,
part of
that's
that. Like, to me, that's so hypocritical.
Yeah.
Especially if that is one of, the reasons why you started talking to the person or they caught your
yeah.
attention, right? So,
Yeah.
You
yeah.
got to be careful just walking into people's lives and making demands.
Mm-hmm.
I
You know,
agree.
you have to be even careful to. You have to be even careful um, to make even suggestions. Like you got to be really careful because you have no idea what kind of trigger, that the trigger somebody's has dealt with. Like, and for
Yeah.
me, like I'm no bleeding heart, but like there's certain things that I believe, like that I believe in, and there's certain things that like I think as a guy you got to be careful with, especially when you're dealing with our women in our community.
Mhm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
you don't know sometimes what their experiences are, with people just silencing them wanting to be themselves.
Mhm.
Right.
Like you don't know, like because you deal with it from the things that I've been when I listen to my girlfriends, when I read things. It's like the things that sometimes people deal with, like just even the microaggressions, even the subtleties. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I try to be really careful. If there's something about somebody that I think is an issue, I may be like, okay, maybe me and that person can't move. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I'd rather that than to come in and be like, so I like you, but change this, and this, and this, and this, and we'd be great.
Right.
Like, no, we should. I think we should. Like, the answer to that happens before you get there.
Yeah.
Like if you have a problem with them being them and doing what they do,
Mhm.
leave them alone. Somebody
Yeah.
else appreciates them just the way that they are.
That's why it's important to establish what I guess you can call your hard lines,
Mm,
in the earlies,
your
right?
turnkey.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. Real Navy. Does anyone have a topic or
Okay,
anything that
Aisha, they can tell me, but I ain't gotta do it. Say that with your chest, girl.
She just letting them know. She's just letting them know. Just letting them know.
Hmm.
But yeah, is there anyone who's watching right now who has a topic suggestion that they'd like us to discuss? Do you have any questions for us?
Mm-hmm.
Anything of that nature? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Pull up. We gave you guys enough time to get prepped and ready for
That's right.
open discussion, aka let's talk. So let's hear it, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, while they're thinking
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
about that, just back to that, like, okay. Do you feel like it's, have you
But
seen the vaccine being magnetic on TikTok?
Yes, I saw it.
I haven't seen that. I've seen the Bluetooth thing.
Bluetooth thing. What's so funny?
So there's this video. I'll see if I can find it and send it to you. So there's this video going around where this guy got the vaccine, and anytime he goes like near his phone or anything that connects to Bluetooth, it will show up on the screen. Like, what is that? What's that other vaccine? Not Pfizer, the other one.
AstraZeneca.
Yeah. And then it'll have like his name with like a code.
Okay,
Oh, please.
the funny thing is about that video though, both times they showed it, he was in the same location. I want to
Hmm.
see him walking down the street
That's
or
a T thing
walking
that.
in the mall and
Yeah,
watch someone's phone, like pull up a stranger. Hey, you know what? Put it next to his arm and see what happens.
that's
Okay.
what
Oh,
I
come
want to see.
on.
The
Yeah.
magnetic
Like, on.
one, was interesting. People were taking like coins and stuff and like putting it at the vaccination site, and it was staying there and yada 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 yada.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. But
Okay, now, so Devin says, I
Well,
need to make a decision on taking the vaccines. Someone get me to the pro side.
I'm with you, Devin, because I ain't about taking it.
Kiki? Kiki don't take it.
I don't know if I'm ready.
Kiki's taking it.
I had this conversation last night? I don't know if I'm ready for it.
Do you want to circle back?
No,
Yeah,
like
let's
okay.
I try not to dive in too much about
Stuff you're not sure on.
it's not even that, because I got points for days for pros and cons for the vaccine. You know what I mean? And for the pros, a lot of it just stems from my bio background. Like, I've studied viruses in university and vaccines and all that good stuff. But yeah, I don't know if I'm ready for this conversation. But
You can circle back.
I'll say this though. We'll test the magnetic thing. I'll leave it at that for now. We'll test it. Okay. We'll come back though.
Well, right. I know for me, I take a biologic for eczema.
Mm-hmm.
And while it's said that, yeah, it should be fine, I was like, you know what, some answers too quick. Like, I was like, let me wait a little while. If someone starts, a new eye starts growing, like, it needs a little time to show up. So, in regards to that, but I haven't taken a flu shot in like 15 years, if not more.
Same.
And
Devin, have you ever taken any other vaccination in your life? That's just in response to
yeah.
I'm not really game with tampering with my natural immune system. Our bodies are built for this fight, unless COVID isn't natural.
So you're right, and you know what? And that's been some of the conversation about it.
Oh, like I said, I feel like this is gonna have to be a whole different segment.
Because the key is, it's like, we've been vaccinated for all kinds of stuff. Like, if you're born in this country, like, what is it? At 6 months, Daniel, I don't remember, like 6 months, or right when they're born, and then 6 months, and then a year, and then 2 years, and you take them and you give them those. But
and
those
you don't think about it. You don't think about it. It's just the thing to do. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Your kid hits a certain milestone, and you get them all bundled up, and you take them to the doctor, and they check their weight and all these things, their reflexes, and then they get a vaccine. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They get all these booster shots. I don't know how it is here. You go to elementary, you hit a certain age, you hit a certain grade.
High school.
You go to high school.
So the first shot, your first shot is a hepatitis B.
Yes. Yeah.
And no one's saying, I don't want my kid to get the hepatitis B vaccine. Because you can't even travel to certain... And here's the thing. You can't travel to certain countries unless you've had certain vaccines.
You can. And there's people who gladly get the vaccines, hop on a plane, and go to these
so they can go to Mexico. And then they don't think
blinking an eye. Exactly. Mm-hmm. I do understand why, so many people are against the vaccines now, though. It's just because it's a foreign concept. You know what I mean?
That's get a vaccine to something new.
But you have to understand that at some point, all these other vaccines that we've been taking for decades, it was something foreign as well. You know what I mean? But over time, it just became the norm. Right?
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lord God.
And yeah, Tanya said HPV was the newest one. There were protests for that when it was just rolled out. And that's true. I remember that.
Yeah.
She said, I couldn't come to US for school without specific vaccines. You can't travel to Africa. You can't travel to certain places in Asia without, proving that. Tanya said, is it foreign? We literally just did this for H1N1. Just about 12 years ago.
Yeah, but was there a vaccine for H1? Oh, wait. Yeah, there was.
A lot of it too is social media. Think back to 12 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Social media existed 12 years ago, but not at the capacity that it is now.
No.
You know what I mean? And the amount of information that we're being bombarded with every day, a lot of these viewpoints stem from social media. A lot of these conspiracies stem from social media. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you're wrong for saying yay or nay to this or that, but a lot of it has to do with the information that we're being given and the information that we're digesting every day. But people don't sit back and sort of think about how social media plays into their views about these things. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you're on the internet every day and you're seeing all these TikToks about Bluetooth and magnetic this and all of that, and there's more of that sort of content, you know, that's the sort of content that you're digesting every day. And then you'd have like the few little articles that pop up here about, you know, the genetic makeup of the vaccine or how it actually works using the mRNA and all that stuff. But that's not the content that you're getting. You know? So, but like I said, it's an interesting discussion. And I was telling my mom it would have been so cool to be back in university right now. Not for online schooling, because that would suck. But just to have these discussions in some of like my senior level, you know, genetics courses and stuff like that, and kind of hear the discussions that would come about a lot of those things, especially kind of knowing about, you know, certain components and stuff that go into vaccines and how viruses work and stuff like that. And, you know, because there's a lot of people with the misconception that when you take a vaccine that you're getting the virus. There's no active virus in a vaccine, you know? So, but anyways, it would have been interesting to talk about COVID-19 and in some of my classes. So
yeah,
yes, but
I didn't even remember that they made an H1N1 vaccine. I'm looking at it now. There's a link to narcolepsy.
Oh, let's see some of these comments here. What's new is the bullet vaccine and the feeling of being in a corner with a decision.
Those not vaccinated will be living in the sewers, having to come above ground to steal an apple to eat.
So almost like Us.
That's funny.
The movie Us, if you guys haven't seen it.
Up or Us?
Us.
It was not vaccinated.
Oh, was that the black horror movie? No, yeah, I can't manage it. Nope.
It's not that scary. That's the thing.
It's not
that scary.
It's not.
It's not that scary to people who like scary movies.
No, but like honestly, it literally...
It's not like...
It's not like a horror movie.
Like,
it literally...
thrill to it, but like... Nah.
Yeah. It kind of... If you watch it, it kind of tells you where life will be going.
The bunnies was weird.
The bunnies were weird.
Yes, and especially when you watch that movie at like 4 a.m. and then you go home and there's bunnies all over the street. I died though. I wasn't the person who was scared. I was with my girl and she was like freaking out because there were bunnies everywhere at 5 a.m. in the morning after watching that movie.
But that's kind of when they come out.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. But it was so funny.
I'm with Tanya.
Seeing the bunnies in the movie.
I'm a hard no on that movie. I'm a whole punk. That's me. No. See, y'all think that there's movies you'll be like, oh, that movie was funny. For me, you had to dig me out from somewhere.
No,
like, I don't play that.
I'm not gonna lie. When I was in like high school and stuff like that, or just like in university and stuff, I'd go to see movies and scary movies. I loved going to scary movies. Not only for the content, because I would laugh, but a lot of it was to watch other people get scared.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Like
my sister.
People were like screaming and I'm like dying. Like
my sister told me that what movie was it? Oh, I can't remember now. It was some really twisted movie. What is it? Oh my god, I can't remember. I can't remember what it's called. I can't remember. So that totally wrecks it. I'm gonna find out what it is and I'll bring it back. Hold on.
We can come back.
What do you guys have some favorite scary movies? Well, Tim doesn't like them, so I don't expect a response. Danny, do you have like a favorite scary movie or like a franchise or something?
I like Saw franchise.
Yeah.
I'm getting into the Purge franchise.
I tried, and for some reason, I can't really get into that.
Into the Purge?
For whatever reason. I've seen like 1 or 2. But
really?
Saw, man, I used to watch Saw all the time. I didn't see the last 1 or 2, but like Saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, watched them all. Yeah. And I saw them on Prime Video. Was it Prime Video, I think? This week. And I was like, yeah, really? I should go back this week. And like over the weekend, I've been watching like some older movies. Some of them from like 1990s, some from like early 2000s. Mm-hmm. And I saw Saw pop up, and I was like, you know what? Might gotta revisit that. So
Final Destination is a good one too.
Yes. Those are on Prime Video too.
Which one?
All right.
Final Destination. Did you like Final Destination, Tim?
I don't think you saw it.
Dang.
If it's a scary movie.
Did you watch? Do you remember? What was that? Paranormal Activity. Those ones.
Yes.
Those were big for a little bit.
Movie that she was talking about was one of those really demonic ones.
Exorcism.
No.
The Conjuring.
We're like listing all these movies.
I'll know it as soon as it was really popular.
Under the Skin sounds familiar.
Tanya, if you watch Saw, you can watch us.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. You got this.
If you watch Saw, you can watch us.
Rooting for you. You got this, T.
Yeah.
That was gore/suspense. So you're okay with gore, but not... Saw didn't even...
Way to go! You can do it to watch a horror movie.
June said, where are you going to watch it?
Oh. I thought it was moving out of your house.
On my big old 55-inch. With the LEDs and everything, surround sound. I'm ready.
I'm waiting for the new Purge movie to come out.
There's a new one?
Yeah, it's called the Forever Purge.
Has anyone ever seen? Is it called The Hills Have Eyes? That movie's messed up.
Yeah.
Go watch The Hills Have Eyes, kids.
Yep.
Not gonna say nothing else. You know what movie creeped me out when I was a kid?
Chucky?
No, but
Chucky's the only horror movie I watch.
My mom wouldn't let me watch it for some reason.
Wait,
I don't know
Tim,
why.
you can watch Chucky.
Chucky's hilarious.
But you
Chucky's
wouldn't watch
awesome.
Most scary movies are hilarious.
No. This is a talking doll. That's hilarious.
Yeah, and a lot of scary movies are stupid.
See, no, yeah.
It makes them funny.
Okay, here's the question. Can you guys do haunted houses?
Yes.
I've been to 2, 3. And my
the
friends
one in West
like
Edmonton. Have you been to the one in West Edmonton Mall?
That one's hilarious.
They made
Okay, there's 2. There's the kiddie side and then the scary side.
There's a kiddie one? I've never seen the kiddie
There's
one.
2 doors. One door is just like do, and then there's another one where the thing comes and is banging on the door and banging on the glass.
That's hilarious.
I've never been to one at West End. I've been to the one downtown, and I've been to the one at the Corn Maze.
I haven't been to that one. I want to do the ghost tour, hopefully this year.
See, ghost tour? I'd watch it.
Listen, when
I don't know about going in person.
I almost the one in the mall was terrifying. I went in I went in, and you know, there's the first little part, right?
Yeah.
And then there's that glass, you turn the corner. I tried to turn the corner, and I just went back. I went out. I was, nope, it's not for me. I get violent. I don't like being scared. Like the thrill, like I'm so easy to scare. If you come around the corner, I will scream.
So then you can't do the one that they have during Halloween every year. What's that one?
The one downtown.
Yeah, but they keep moving it.
It doesn't. That's irrelevant. I'm just not.
I've gone to that one. It's way overpriced, in my opinion.
For what it is. Yeah, it is.
I went with some friends some years back, and they were like, not having it, and they made me go in front, of course.
Yep.
And I'm just like, okay. Don't get me wrong. Some of the I like when they have some dope concepts, and then you see like a really dope costume or something that you're not used to seeing. But I'm like, yo, that's kind of cool.
What? You go in there for the arts?
That's what this guy see going there for the art. Okay, no, I don't go in there for the art, but like if you see something that's kind of like, you know, not what you're used to seeing.
Wow! Look at how they did
they did
the blood. It's so realistic.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's cool. Like I got a kick out of watching other people scared, and I know that might sound messed up.
Okay.
You know what scares me? A lot of like mental, like stuff. If that makes sense. Like
that makes sense.
People dressed up as.
I'm jumpy, and I've got to the point where I don't like getting jumped, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
But, like, I like thrills. Like, I've gone bungee jumping before. Like, I'll do things like crazy things. Mm-hmm. But as in, like, I think there's an element of control still. But when I don't know what's going and I go around the thing, and next thing you know, some creature is banging on the glass, like, no, man, boom, I'm out.
Bungee jumping, there's an element of control.
They don't want me to die. Like, they don't want me to die.
There's an element of control.
I'm harnessed. They show me how there's like 3 things holding me.
What if they put the wrong bungee on?
You see, I didn't think that. I didn't think that far. No. Okay, put it this way. I would more likely trust that their system and the fact that they wouldn't want me to suffer a horrible demise
versus a 2-hour movie that's completely fictional.
Thanks a lot, Kiki.
I'm just saying.
I walked into it. I don't know what's happening in the movie. You got me. It makes no sense. It's irrational. I can own that.
No, it is.
I can own that.
It is what it is. I should said can't do haunted houses or roller coasters anymore. Triggers my anxiety.
Sorry, you said, Tim, you must have missed those splat videos on bungee jumping. Hey, I saw that thing where Hillary's fiance died. I remember that was kind of sad. Yeah. But I don't watch gore. On the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. See, there used to be this old show back in the day called The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
You know what? Whatever. I didn't know who you were referring to. Oh my gosh. You're funny. Whatever.
So Tim, you would go skydiving?
See, I won't do skydiving anymore. I was going to, but I got like 625 kids. What am I going skydiving for? So that's kind of. I don't know. I missed the. Like I should have done that.
600 and how many? I think we're missing something here.
I don't want to say it, but you know.
Easy there.
Okay. I get what you're saying though, but
Yeah, I
No
think
talk
I'm
after
past that.
this.
Like,
No
no, I
talk
don't
after
think
this.
I don't think I'm gonna do like bungee jumping again. Like, I think I'll do zip lining.
Ooh,
You
zip
know,
lining, I'd like to do.
but I think like bungee jumping, I did that. Um, I did the things that like I'm just too old for that stuff now. Like every once in a while, I want to make a boxing comeback, but I'm like, yo, again, I got kids. What am I trying to get hit in the head for?
In the
You know,
kidney.
like so, and you have responsibilities, and it's like, oh, he's been something because he was doing something that made no sense for him to do. Nah,
Okay, so when they get older and can take care of themselves, then would you do it?
I still want to be grandpa. No, I want to be around.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. That's just my take. I'm weird. You
So what
know
if your
this.
grandkids wanted to go? You wouldn't go with them?
You gotta make sure your heart can keep up with that. Why is it though? Why is it though that like the older you get,
The less risks.
well, I guess that makes sense. Like you said, you got more to is it more to live
Yeah.
for? Like you got more responsibility and stuff.
Well, it's just like you want to be.
Kenya
Okay.
said we choose life.
Yes. Like okay. Like I do. Like
Funny.
I like. There's certain risks that I think are fun and cool, and like I like the rush of. I love roller coasters. I like going on rides. I like going to. I love the water park and all that stuff. But like that's about it now. Like jumping out of a plane. And here's another thing: I can't do a tandem jump. Like you have to be under like the one place I went. You have to be under 220 something pounds, right, to do a tandem jump. I haven't been under 220 since I was 24. 230 something was as low as I got. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe like 10 years ago. But
I
Priya
didn't know you
said
had to be a certain weight.
Gora people do that mostly. Oh,
to
sorry.
do a tandem jump, that means that's you with an experienced jumper,
Yeah.
right? So to do it with a tandem jump, you have like it's an hour and a half, 2 hour video and stuff like that that you have to do. But if you can't tandem jump, then you have to go to an 8-hour class before to do it. And I'm like, 8 hours to throw myself out of a plane? I think I'm not there yet. I'm not there right now. I'm not there.
I hear you.
I'm about calculating risk. Gravity was created for a reason. And Gorak is listen. And people do things because they can, Priya. People do things because they can. That's that right there is first world problems and opportunities. I just get to, hey, you know what? I think I'm gonna book a couple days off so I could jump out of a plane. Yeah, it is madness, but it's one of those things. Like when I used to box, I remember that first, like when they ding when I'd have a real match, I'd be like, what the hell am I doing in here? And then the other guy would try and beat me up, and then I'd fight back. Like, but I was at that moment, I'm like, what am I doing? But you want it, you know what I mean? You want to, and you do things like.
Right.
Have you guys ever been in the Gravitron?
Yes.
At K-Days?
Yep.
The Gravitron?
I don't know if that's
what you stand against.
That's what I called it.
No.
That's when we stand up against the wall, right?
Yep. I used to love that thing, like let's say 14, 15. And I think the last time I went on it, I was like 15. And just something clicked one day, and I was like, never, ever again.
See? Yo,
really?
You know what? Go on.
That feeling?
It just wasn't cool no more, right?
It just felt like my heart was about to stop. And I loved it. I loved it for whatever reason. Like, absolutely loved it. And yeah, I was like, I hit 15, I went on the Gravitron, and I was like, never, ever again. And one other ride that I will never, ever go on, you can pay me $5 million, is the Zipper. Never. I will
What's
never.
the Zipper? What's the
Never,
zipper?
ever go
What's
on
the
the zipper.
zipper?
It's
Hold
The
on.
one
like
where it goes like this and it flips.
like it has little cages, and as it's going around, kind of like a Ferris wheel, it has cages on it that will
Really?
also
That right?
nah.
I
Let me
don't
tell
know
you
you
something.
guys anymore.
Let me tell you
That
a
ride
little
is
story.
dope. That's like a night. That's a good budget
Mm-mm.
ticket ride.
Mm-mm.
It's a
No,
good ride for like two
let me tell
tickets
you a little
too.
something here, okay? So I was visiting Edmonton. This is when I still lived back in the Caribbean. I was 7, okay? I'll even give you, this was like circa 2001, all right? And my aunt took me and my cousins to, they called it at the time, it wasn't Capital X yet. It was
Klondike days.
Klondike Days, yes. We went, I was so excited. They don't got that stuff on my island. So, we got some tickets and
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
We're going on the rides and whatnot. And my cousin, same age as me, she went on the ride with her brother. And that child screamed the entire time. Mind you, we were like 7 years old. She screamed the entire time. But she got off. She was a little shaken up. Fine. My aunt looks at me. You ready to try it? I'm like, you know what? Sure. We got on. We're up in the air. We got to the highest point. Boom! The door swung open.
Oh, shame.
I was 7 years old. Okay?
What?
And I have not gone on the zipper ever since. I have friends who love that ride. They've begged me numerous times to go on it. And I'm like, no. They had to stop the ride and bring us back down slowly. And they fixed whatever they fixed and asked us, oh, would you like to, stay on the ride? And I looked at I was like, hell no. And I've never been on that ride ever.
Wow. So the door opens and then you're barred by is it a seatbelt or a?
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, I think it's
I know, but still, it's terrifying. But what was it? Was
and
the
then they had to stop the ride.
Was it a bar?
Hard stop.
Was it what was the thing in front of you? Was those pull down bar things?
I can't quite remember. It was a long time ago. Who knows if it even had that back in the day? I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking.
The door flung open, and they stopped the ride abruptly and brought us down and checked the door and everything. Never been on it since.
I'm proud you still go to K-Days at all.
Oh yeah,
I'd be toast.
I love the fireball. I'm not talking. The blue one is like, okay, whatever. Yeah. But the white one, the white one that swings back and forth and spins.
Yep.
That's my ride right there. That's my ride right there. And I'm so sad because I went with my boyfriend at the time. This was a few years back or whatever, 4 years ago.
Right.
And I was so excited. And I think that was one of the first years they introduced that fast pass or whatever. We bought the fast pass and we got to the ride. There was a bit of a line, and then they were taking a break. And we're like, okay. Went, got a drink, came back. We made sure we were the first people ready to go in line. We're standing there and we see the carnies and we're like, okay, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. We're like, okay, well, why aren't we getting on the ride? And they're like, oh, there was an incident. They didn't really say much. Super vague. I went, Googled it, and in the States, same day, the same ride, malfunctioned, and people went whoosh.
Yeah, I remember that.
In the air.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a big thing.
And I don't think, did I go on it since then? I don't remember. And it was sad.
So,
it was really sad.
Talking about that, they may not have K-Days. Well, they're still planning like it's going to happen.
This year?
Stampede,
here?
Yeah. But Stampede is still happening. Would you guys go?
I never been to Stampede.
I've never been to Stampede. But if I felt like it,
that's not even.
I go to Callaway.
That's not even a shade thing. I've just never gone.
Yeah.
And it's we had K-Days, and I go to K-Days, and it's don't get me wrong, they've had some artists and stuff who've come or whatever in different events surrounding Stampede that I'm like, maybe I should have hit that up. But Stampede, I'm whatever. I've been to Callaway once.
I've never been to Callaway.
I like Callaway.
Have any of you guys, is it Fort Edmonton Park?
Yeah.
Didn't they have a little roller coaster out there?
There's a train, like an old train.
There's a train and they have
Maybe
a
it's
Ferris
not-
wheel.
Is that what it is? Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Maybe
I
that's
know they had a roller coaster for like a year and then took it down.
Tanya, I'll be the heifer on the ground recording for TNA. LOL. Have you guys ever been to Disneyland or Disney World?
No.
I've been to the one in California. I think that's
Me
World.
too. Anaheim. Whew.
Yeah.
That was a
I've
blast.
never been.
I've been waiting to go back, man.
I was
Haven't gotten a
not
chance to
impressed.
get out there.
I went there way too old. I was not impressed.
I went
I
when I was
thought the
18.
castle was going to be like a
18.
real castle.
And it wasn't?
No. It might as well be a model. It's like a model. Like, you know when you see the thing, right? And then you see like Tinkerbell, and then you see the big castle, and it's like this. Yeah, I'm thinking you're going to go there, and it's a big castle. It's not. It might as well be made out of styrofoam and painted.
Wow.
70 years ago.
So maybe the real one's
get
in
us
Florida.
Okay, listen. Disney's one of the most recognizable brands and anything in the world. Why would I not expect amazing? It's like the Magic Kingdom. That's what they call it.
I guess. Touche.
Then I go
when
there.
I was 18. It's expensive. AF. It really is.
I
But
went
if I'm
there.
going, I'm going for drinking.
I took it for girl.
Disney?
You probably get 2 drinks.
Stop this and leave the children alone.
$100. Jane said Tim's princess dreams were crushed.
Wow. What?
LMAO.
Okay, what did we get?
Priya said Disneyland
No,
was whack.
deal with that.
Tanya said she's been to Six Flags. I've always wanted to go to. What's the one called in Toronto?
Six Flags.
Canada's Wonderland.
Wonderland.
That
Wonderland.
one.
Yo,
Wonderland.
it's really expensive, but it's dope. It's
Yeah.
really
See, that's
expensive.
where I want to go. I want to go to Wonderland.
So road trip.
Yes. When we're allowed to
3,000
do all that.
kilometer road trip?
Or flight, whatever.
Trust me, you know road trips now we got Flair Air.
Is Flair
How
still a
is
thing?
Flair? I was just about to ask, how's
for the-
Flair Air doing during the pandemic?
I was
Like,
gonna say,
do
I'm
these
pretty sure they're not. a thing.
airlines still exist?
For the cost of one coffee a day, you can get to Toronto. Anyway,
Do I
no,
want to be
they
on that
still
flight?
are here, and people are still using it.
That's good. That's good to know. I took
Do I
Flair
want
when
to
I
be on
went
a
to
flight
Vancouver a
that's
few
cheaper
years
than
ago.
coffee?
Say what?
Do I want to be on a flight that's the same price as coffee, though?
If
Well, you ain't getting
if
none
it
on
lands,
the flight, so you ain't getting none on the
trust
flight.
me, you're not getting anything on the flight. I ain't gonna be
You
paying
ain't
to
getting
check your
none on
bags.
Flair. Exactly.
Trust me. Them stewardess don't even say hi. You ain't get that. Yeah, hey, let me see. You're right there.
Zip into Vancouver on Flair Air. That's like an hour and a half flight or something.
Mhm.
That's not bad. Toronto.
It's good. I'm
Depending on
so
the route,
happy.
It's close to 4 hours. I don't know. I guess
I
I'd
did
do
it.
Flair.
I did it, and it was wonderful.
I guess I'd do it. But literally, like on Flair to Vancouver, I didn't care. It was hella cheap, and you're up and down in 2 seconds. I blinked, and I was at Vancouver International.
You know what? Like, I'm really happy that they have these options now. The first time I had it, it was in Europe, and there's this airline called Ryanair, and it's literally the same model. Like, it's literally a bus that flies. They have ads up on the thing. Do you know what I mean? Because the flight, it's super cheap. You're flying from, like, we flew from Treviso, it's just outside of Venice, to Greece for like 50 euros. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Wow.
and now we can do that here, but it's just we're just flying across Canada instead, which is when you really think about it, like a 50 euro flight, you know, that's like an hour and a half is different than a $100 flight that's 4 hours. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, the value for flying is so much better out here, especially with our dollar. So much better out here.
So the real Navy squad has been a bit quiet, a little shy tonight. Well, not quiet. Comments have been good. but a little shy with our open discussion today. But Devin says, here is something for you. Had to call out this woman, pro-black and educated the other day. Holler when you're ready.
Oh.
Ready when you are. We ready.
Be ready.
We ready. Let's
Are
go.
you joining? Are you joining in? Is he clicking the link?
In?
I don't know.
We ready. We been
Yeah,
ready.
we're sitting here. This is
I was
Lord.
about to end it because we're on like an hour and 12
pro-black
minutes.
and
No, we need this.
Pro-black and educated.
I need to hear
Let's
the context.
talk about it.
Oh, Jesus. Oh.
I mean, we've touched this topic before,
Yeah,
but
with a feather.
Yes.
Oh.
A slight graze.
Devin, are you coming on? Please come on.
I would love for you, and we could end with this, maybe.
Yes, definitely.
We'll see how it goes.
Devin came in with the violence.
Devin, I believe if you have an Apple, you can't join in on your phone, but you may be able to join in on your laptop.
Is that what it was last time?
I think that's what it was last time.
I think they figured it out. I think they had figured it out. I'm sure you can.
Yes.
While
Please,
Devin gets
sir.
themselves together here,
Oh.
Aisha says it was cheaper to fly to another country than to fly within your own country. Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Ridiculousness. You're paying like $1,500 just to go out east, and you could pay like $1,500 all inclusive to go down to Mexico.
Yep.
I read an interesting article on that. Devin came true, so he's not. I guess he's not coming in. What I realized from listening is she crossed over to being exactly who she condemns at what we fight against. Oh, Lord.
Devin, you need to come on.
I know.
Like, we don't even got to see your face. Let's just hear your voice.
Okay, listen. Hold on. Let me ask you questions.
Okay.
So oh, God. You see Tanya? Oh, Lord. Okay. Oh boy. You see? I listened to her condemn a black man for being with a white woman. Okay, now that part I need some clarification. I'd like to see the video because I can't lie. You see black women. There's some that don't like to see certain interracial. They don't like to see black men with white women, right? But there's usually like pushback based on the position the black man is in and what he's trying to do with it. Mm-hmm. Like I found that most people just let people love who they love. So I want to know if what was her reason for condemning this black man?
Yeah,
I like that question, Tim.
That's
because like I'm not going to be obtuse here and be like, you know what I mean? Like there's an optics to that. And we know there's a lot of issues in our community in regards to like sometimes it's not just I happened to fall in love with this person. Sometimes there's self-hate. Sometimes there's shame. Sometimes there's look at like whiteness as a comeuppance, and then there's sometimes where it's I'm with this and there's hatred towards black women, right? And that is a lot of the times where the pushback comes from. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily that you shouldn't do it.
Oh, he pulled up with a comment.
As far as I'm
concerned, hate, but the logic was the black man not living their own.
Devin, are you done your meeting?
Oh my Lord, this man needs to come on.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, while we sort that out,
Tim.
I'm gonna what?
I just remembered 222. It just popped up in my head.
Oh snap! That's a good, nice note. That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Tanya said, "Can we please be clear? The sticking issue has often been black men dragging black women to validate being with white women."
Boom. And that's foolishness. And that's
That's
not
been the
that.
end.
And that's the thing. Like, yo, love who you love, but you don't got to drag somebody to. You don't have to do that. One, and two, like I just think that I think you got to check yourself a bit in those situations as well. Like, you got to know, because there's a lot of things that were done up here that it takes years to unpack.
Mm-hmm.
Just growing up in this society. So you got to check yourself. Like, is there something? But like, at the end of the day, I say love who you love, as long as it's for real, as long as it's for the right reasons. You know,
There you
as
go.
long as it's for the right reasons, man. Like, if everybody knows that, hey, like love is hard to come by sometimes, right? Because just because of where you are and what you think love is at certain times of your life, and that's how we grow. So, you know, man, if someone's coming and they're pink with the green polka dots and it's love, like, hey. But I do understand our community is in a thing of its own.
Tanya said, "And assuming I'm thinking we are referring to the same issue, the other part is using a relationship with a white woman as a platform to, again, come against the black community."
He says he's on but not being heard. Do you see? You might. Does he have to click join?
He might.
Yeah. Like, once he goes on the link, he has to click on broadcast or something, or whatever it says.
Like I said before, if you're on a Apple, it may not work. So you might have to use your laptop.
I think that's join. Tim, in the meantime, 222.
222.
Load it up. Load her up.
222. Where's that? Right. So the 222 marriage rule. Every 2 weeks, go out on a date. Every 2 months, go somewhere overnight. Every 2 years, go away for a week. Stick with the twos and it will bless your marriage. What do you guys think about that?
Stick with the twos. Well, I'm going to let y'all start. You guys have both been married in the past.
I mean, I would.
We obviously didn't do our twos.
Obviously. I've tried to do the twos. I've tried.
Tried to do the twos. Did you?
Easy there.
Go ahead. Ask.
Did you like try the twos and then like you did it for a bit, but then you guys like fell off, or like was it never a thing?
Didn't even happen.
Tanya said, "Better have 2 incomes." LOL. Aisha said, "I'm feeling the 222." Yeah. All right. 222 sounds reasonable.
It is.
With that being said, you also have to be reasonable. Because life comes at you and, you know, things happen.
Whoa! When they got...
Maybe...
Wow. Priya. Wow.
Oh, Lord.
Priya.
Priya's been on like a whole thing tonight.
She literally just stopped me dead in my tracks here. But like I was saying, 222 sounds reasonable, but you also have to be reasonable, right? Because like I said, life comes at you fast. And let's say, I don't know, 1 month, some things come up, you know, maybe with the kids, maybe with work, and, you know, it doesn't happen. Maybe for a string of months, you know, maybe something happened with your job. You don't got money to do the things you guys are doing. Like, there's so many factors.
Right? I think it's an effort. Like,
yeah, it's definitely
an effort
thing. And no one's saying it has to be big and extravagant either, right? Or maybe it's not necessarily 222, but like some combination of that, right? Like if you're with someone, you guys have been together for a minute or whatever, like definitely like monthly, why not go out on a date? It's COVID time, so why not get creative? It's when it's summertime, go for a picnic, go do something. You know what I mean?
I
So
think that
I definitely feel like there's ways around it.
I think the whole idea of it is like prioritize the two of you. You know what I mean? I think that's
Mm-hmm.
what the whole idea is. So every was it? How do we go back to it? Every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, it's like, hey, this is just an us thing. Every
Payday.
2 months, it's a bigger and then a bigger every. You know what I mean? And so
Mm-hmm.
I think that anticipating like something
Yeah,
that's
I was just gonna
enjoyable.
say, something to kind of look forward to,
Yeah,
especially depending on like what your schedules are like. Like if you both are out there grinding, hustling, and sometimes there's maybe not as much time for that one-on-one time as you may like. Then you do have something to look forward to.
yeah.
But I do believe that communication should still be a big aspect leading up to the 222.
Yeah, no, for
Well,
sure.
You know what I
but I
mean? It
think,
can't just be like, oh, you're not talking to the person, whatever, whatever, and then
but we
2 months
going
in,
out.
you wanna jet off to Mexico, or you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like that
yeah.
can't ramp either, So yeah,
No, I agree. I agree with that for sure.
but I do like the concept for sure.
hmm I'm
I like the
down.
concept,
Yeah.
or some like you know something similar to that.
hmm
So it seems
No,
like most of the real Navy messes with 222.
Yeah.
I don't think it can't hurt. Like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it can't
And like
hurt.
I said, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be that formulaic because again, things come up. But
Yeah,
again, like Tim
but it's
said,
like the
like that
intention.
effort, the intention, exactly. Like you said, like every month, go on a date or whatever, every 2 months or whatever the case is. Why
hmm
not? Why not? Doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt at all.
No,
And
it
again,
doesn't
it
hurt.
doesn't have. It doesn't have to be, like I said, this big, grand display.
I think that
So
I think one of the things is like I'd say most married couples are gonna end up having kids, and like you might not do that every 2 year thing, but
right.
that 2 weeks thing or that every 2 months thing,
Yeah.
like because I think when it's easy to even the best couple, it's easy to just start focusing on the kids, and then
Mm-hmm.
you forget about your relationship, and
Mm-hmm.
that also needs to get fed as well, and that gets fed intentionally. And so maybe that one night might be you hire that sitter and you guys get to just unpack, you
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
and I think that I would say that if I look back, like that couldn't have hurt my relationship. you
Mm-hmm.
know I had a thing where I was like, every long weekend we're going to go somewhere. That was
Yeah.
ours,
I
right? But
hmm
like that.
every long weekends happen every couple of months, 3 months or so.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you're just kind of focused in on doing the kids, you get all caught up and you're not really intentional about that. Like, so much bad can happen real fast, or not even
Yeah.
real fast, but even if it's not real fast, it could be just over time. You just such a drift. So
Yeah. Tanya said, book a flight first 3 months because if we can't travel, well, we might as well quit it. Aisha said, me too. My bag's been packed since 2020.
oh Lord.
Aisha's ready to go.
hmm
She is ready to go. But no, I think that's a concept that would benefit a lot of relationships for sure. Like Tim said, it's the intent.
Yep.
Mr. Plaidman.
I just had a dope memory of a trip. It was a good trip.
Care to
I'm not
share, or
gonna
you keep that
pry,
to
but
yourself?
that's good.
Oh no, no, no. Yeah, it was a good trip. You have some good times when you're
When
on
you're
the
when you're playing
road,
by the 2x2, the 222.
when you're on the road, or you're overseas. You have some good times.
Sips, what did he call that earlier? What did he call that drink earlier? Panache? I don't know.
Panache? I don't know if I want to drink that.
Panache. AKA looks like sorrow.
Piche, I think.
Not Mobby.
Not sorrow.
That Mobby talk was funny earlier though.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The amount of heart attacks I've had during this live.
So hold on. We got to go back. Devin says, did we read Devin's point back to the?
No, I don't think we did. I posted it though.
Sorry guys, the point and realization for me was when the fight is on, some don't realize they're being just as racist, ignorant as those we fight against. This is what I saw in her, regardless of how much I understood her. I don't view that as racist.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't view that as racist. I don't view it as ignorant. I do think that our women have they have a gripe, because there's been a lot of men with a lot of audience that have said some really, really harmful things, like just generally about Black women, and I can't fault them for saying certain things and voicing certain. I didn't see the video you're talking about, but just in the essence of the conversation or of the topic, you know, I see what they're. I can, and you said you understood it too. I understood it too. Was not her being racist. All right. So I you guys can jump in anytime, but like it's a tough one
That's why I kind of wanted Devin to come on, so again we could get a little bit more of the backstory and stuff, because I didn't see it, and again we've kind of touched on the topic before, but he's talking about something specific here, so I'd kind of like to see what was said, or you know what I mean.
Now I've heard people in defense of their relationships and in defense of interracial relationships in general. I do hear people saying, like, isn't that what we're fighting for? Like, and I don't think it is. I don't think I think we are looking for racial equality and the cessation of systemic racism that disproportionately affects Black people. When we're talking about our struggle, that's what we're talking about. I don't think we're talking about, because since the beginning of ever, people have kind of went and made the choices that they've wanted. Yes, there's been persecution and things there, but even right now, like, we're already there. Like, do you know what I mean? We're not talking about interracial relationships. We're already there. We had a biracial president in the United States. People have kind of known that people are going to get into those relationships, right? But we're still talking about, the one of the biggest fights is, you know, black men getting shot down by cops. Do you know what I mean? And there's still, I think that one is pretty. I think that's pretty accepted, you know? I don't think the people that still have a problem with interracial relationships will have them and already had them. Do you know what I mean? Right. But it's like, those aren't the things. That old person is still going to see the black man and the white man walking and still talk. But those guys, that's an outlier. In my opinion. I think that the fight right now isn't for that. That fight was won. You know, that fight was won. But like with systemic racism, the redlining that still kind of goes on, the lack of opportunities, the lack of the disparity in opportunities, the fact that sports is still the best way out of the hood, things like that. But that's just me on the spot.
Okay. Devin said, guys, this was not a video. It was a one-on-one conversation I had with her, and some things I noticed spoke to me in a manner where what did I say? Where I and we need to ensure we don't cross over to being hypocritical. Okay. Alrighty. Well, it was a personal conversation. And unless, you gave us like a few points on like specifically what was said, then I don't feel like there's much more for us to kind of
I just spoke on it generally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. That's all we can do, right?
Yeah.
Like you're kind of painting a picture, but unless like what comments were made that you found hypocritical? That's my question.
Mm-hmm.
I think in general, then he's saying that, okay, we as black people, and we'll wait for him to comment, but as black people, we say we want certain equalities. We say we want certain things, but then we turn around and have our own stereotypes. We essentially discriminate in some ways, in some levels. And then there's basically, he's addressing the hypocrisy of that, let's say. I think that's kind of where we're going at.
Okay. Tanya said Devin needs to kick off next week because I'm now so invested in this story. So I say, Devin, pull up next week, God's willing, and we can
dive in more.
Okay, so Devin said, Tim, correct. So basically, what like the idea is, we want certain things, but then we turn around and we have our own views and things that are discriminatory, that are this, that, the other. But that itself is a whole other conversation because
it is. It is.
Yeah, whole other conversation. So we gotta go. So how about this? How about okay, Danielle, Kiki, how about we solidify a time and we let the real Navy Army, we let them know when that's gonna happen, and we can bring this up and deal with that like bam. Because
sounds good, and I still want you guys to pull up. Next week is supposed to be another open discussion, correct?
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. And come on, guys. It's gonna be one of the last shows before summer. Hopefully, we do get to have a summer.
If not, we'll be right back here.
But it'd be nice to really, hear your guys' voices and stuff like that. So again, don't be shy.
Like I said,
it's fun over here. It's fun over here. Maybe we can all coordinate what we're wearing.
Oh Lord!
Please
coordinate what we're drinking.
Okay.
So let's make next week fun, guys. Let's make it fun. Let's make it fun. But tonight was fun. I liked our topics. I appreciate the comments.
Yeah.
Good vibes as always. So
as always.
All right. So next week, just stay tuned.
Yep.
Stay tuned and come in, and we're gonna be ready for you.
Yeah.
Definitely.
As always.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
So on that note,
have a good night, everybody. Thanks for coming out.
Good night.
Have a good night. We'll see you guys next week.